believes that trust is a key element of a successful life, but how do you build it with strangers?
Author Stephen Semple joins us live via Zoom to explain. Good morning to you.
Good morning. That's a tough act to follow.
Yeah, it is, huh? Okay, so when you're talking about trust, you have some suggestions here, but you kind of focus on business, right? So how does this all relate? What are you talking about, trust and business? How does that relate?
Well, trust is the foundation for business. People work with the businesses that they trust, but even beyond business, if you're wanting to get something done at a PTA meeting or things along that lines, trust is a real foundation to convince people to your ideas.
All right, so you have some suggestions for us, too, on how to get people. You're even talking about relationships, period, right?
Yeah, it is relationships, period. That's what it's about. And there's basically 5 fundamental things that you can do to build trust. Okay. And one of the first things you can do is do what you say you're going to do. Anytime you tell somebody you're going to do something, and if you follow through and do it, that's one of the very first things that you can do to really, build and establish trust. Definitely. And another thing you can do to build trust is be consistent. I have with me here a McDonald's hamburger, and McDonald's is not known for great food, but they are known around the world for being consistent. Yeah. And they've managed to turn that, consistency into trust with millions and millions of consumers around the world.
Okay. Be honest is the next one.
Yeah, be honest. I have a $5 bill here with the President, Abraham Lincoln, on it. And Honest Abe was one of the greatest presidents in all time, and he managed to convince the United States to go to war against each other, to support the ideas he believed in, partially because people trusted him.
Okay, be on time, that's big.
Yeah, be on time is really big. And today, whether you have a watch or not, this is a great tool. You can take your phone, it's got a clock on it, you can set timers, and you can really use that as a tool to help you be on time and continue to build that trust.
Okay, and the last one, admit mistakes. Ooh, that's a tough one.
It is a tough one, and this is probably one of the biggest ways that you can build trust is admit to your mistakes. If you've done something wrong or you've made a mistake, admit to it, own it. Say, I made a mistake, apologize, but own up to it. And when you do that, it shows vulnerability, and that really helps build a lot of trust.
I think also it builds respect, too, because if a person can be that vulnerable to say that, then I respect that person. So you're the author of How to Raise Prices, also the Dirty Little Guide to Killing It in Business, and you can get the books where?
You can get the books at theempirebuildersprogram.com.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Stephen.
Appreciate it.
Great, thank you.
I trust you, T.
I trust you, too.
Absolutely.
Circle of trust.
Circle of trust.
Ash.
Because we always admit when we're wrong, too.
Do we?
I said that, I'm like, most of the time. Well, we do.
All right, it's 8 o'clock hour, which